morning. Let's get your first look at the forecast right now at 6 o'clock. Meteorologist Tracy Butler tracking some rain. Hey,
yeah, you just showed the radar. We do have rain that is being detected on live Doppler 7 Max. So let's show you. Right now, just had a few light showers come through Cicero. Right now, we go farther to the south, and that's where you see in Burbank, Worth, down into Lamont, Homer Glen area, Oak Park also had a few showers, but mainly over northwest Indiana is where we're finding it to be fairly steady, too. In Gary, Valparaiso, down through Lowell, Indiana, and St. John, all areas that are getting this light rain. No rain here in the city right now. In Winnetka, currently 50s, 56 degrees currently in Elmhurst. Hobart now at 52 degrees. It is 57 degrees currently in Gary, 54 in Munster, and 54 degrees right now in Sycamore. So this afternoon, we'll have primarily a lot of clouds, and we will have a couple of showers, but it's mainly back this evening when we get some heavier rain. Let's check in with Roz now.
430 in Willow Springs, LaGrange and Archer. That's where Chopper 7 HD is. An overturned semi carrying a hazard. Judy, back to you.
Thank you, Roz. And happening right now, a school working to reassure students, staff, and parents after a threat against a Chicago high school. Jessica D'Onofrio, live from Jones College Prep this morning in the South Loop. Jess.
Judy, the threat has appeared on Instagram, and in the post you can see a person holding a gun. Also in that post, the paragraph saying somebody's threatening to shoot the students here at the school. Now, police just say they are taking extra steps as a precaution today. Reporting live in the South Loop, Jessica D'Onofrio, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
And Jessica, breaking news.
Exclusive. We are hearing from the restaurant hostess who put herself in danger to catch a pair of thieves.
Down to vote 2016, and today's a key date for Illinois in the race for the White House.
Democratic Party officials. The number of delegates assigned to each candidate will be based on the results of their March primary, in which Hillary Clinton came out. Pointed out that many Republicans are refusing to support their party's presumptive nominee, Donald Trump. She is
going to get Bernie people to vote.
Those comments come as Trump supporter Sarah Palin says she will work to oust the most Trump's candidacy. Tomorrow, both parties have primaries. Go.com.
A major turning point in the wildfire burning in Alberta, Canada. Temperatures have cooled.
Good morning, and we're starting with a look at the radar. Live Doppler 7 Max and showing the rain in motion. It's trying to get northward, but the bulk of it is pushing eastward, as you can see. So that's why I like to show the radar moving there. Well, right now, as we do take a look at the radar, just nudging up toward LaGrange, we do have some of that light rain, and all of this has been light. Out around Wheaton right now, we are getting some drizzle. Frankfort, Elwood, Shanahan, and into Winfield, Indiana, and that's where we're seeing some rain now, too. Our temperatures are in the 50s in most spots. It's 55 degrees East Chicago, 54 degrees right now in Glen Ellen, and 54 degrees currently in South Elgin. Roz.
And most of it, of course, to the south and the south end of the tri-state. That's where we've got some pretty big delays. The crash northbound right around Southwest Highway has been moved off to the right shoulder, but we still have pretty solid traffic from the Alsop area, Cicero 127th, onto the scene of the crash. We also have word of a pretty serious crash in the Lombard-Glendale Heights area on North Avenue at Swift. Now, that's just a little bit west of 355, and we're seeing some pretty big eastbound delays on North Avenue. So we're sending the chopper there. We'll have more information for you and travel times in our next update. Judy and Terrell.
Hey, Roz.
Weather with meteorologist Tracy Butler and Roz Barron's traffic. 6 continues.
Gas prices are revving up. The average price
In the first quarter.
Captain America Civil War is making history at the box office. Tell us.
Please let us know. I'm not touching that thing.
6:13 right now. We have some breaking news from overnight. A van slamming through the wall of a popular restaurant.
Tracy.
And a look at your bus stop forecast. Yeah, you're going to need to take the rain here with you this morning, especially if you go to school in some of the southern suburbs. But from the city on north, just mainly cloudy, temperatures in the 50s, complete forecast coming up.
In your neighborhood, coming to the south side this Friday morning, going live from Bronzeville, we are throwing a block party. You are invited to come on out and join. We are going to have food. We're going to have music, live performances, and acts are going to be out there. A lot of fun this Friday morning. East 41st and South King Drive out in Bronzeville for live in your neighborhood.
Yeah, Terrell's going to be broadcasting from there, so come out and join us. And, of course, last Friday, we were out hours there. It was moving just like that. I mean, really, it was wild. Want to take an opportunity to thank the Morton Arboretum, DuPage Convention and Visitors Bureau, dozens and dozens of community groups and businesses that came out, and schools to support us for our live broadcast in DuPage on Friday. It was terrific, so thank you. Yeah, so come out and join us this Friday. And I was telling Tracy, there was one little rain cloud that Friday morning, and it was right over us. Just a little,
yeah,
a little sprinkle.
I was looking at the radar, and there was one little green blip, and it was right over Judy.
Yeah,
Judy's
that was
rain cloud,
yeah.
Oh, my gosh, I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay. It was still terrific.
yeah.
Well, we're working on the forecast for you, and so far it looks
That's
dry.
good.
I'm trying to get rid of all the blips on the radar for you. And for those of you that beautiful aerial views, thank you to Eric, our chopper pilot, for capturing that for us. Well, if you do have a tea time, I would take your rain gear in case. And in fact, this morning, I know there have been a few showers there, and temperatures are going to be steady there in the 50s today. So let's take a look at the radar right now. And there it is, a broader view in motion, and we do have the rain that's sneaking up into the Worth area right now. Calumet City, also Tinley Park, Manhattan, and down in through Elwood, too, over eastward into northern Indiana. In Winfield and Valparaiso, we're seeing light rain. So it's mainly rain that is light and south of the city, although we've had a couple of little showers around Berwyn this morning and Westchester. Many dry hours through the afternoon, and heavier rain is going to return later on this evening and overnight. So let's step you through that. Here we go, 9 o'clock this morning, and we have a little line of some showers that come back toward the city, but then kind of retreat as well. Into the afternoon, once again, many dry hours. I think the northern suburbs, you are dry until late afternoon and really during the evening hours, too. And then this evening, that's when we start to get some of that heavier rain back into the area. The severe threat today, very low, even in this area shadowed by LaSalle and Livingston counties. Right now at O'Hare, 55. It's mainly cloudy. AccuWeather showing a fairly light wind. Currently 51 in McHenry. It is 53 degrees in St. Charles, South Holland at 52, 54 New Lenox, and 52 degrees in Valparaiso. So our skies are mainly cloudy. While we could have a little peek of some sun, mainly cloudy skies will do it. We're starting to get a few showers out around Wheaton and Warrenville right now, too. And what's going on is this activity is developing kind of along and north of a warm front. This warm front is going to move northward as we go through the period tonight and into tomorrow. So tomorrow's going to be warmer, but tomorrow's going to be wetter also. And so here we go. Overnight tonight, I think all my colleagues here on the morning broadcast, tomorrow morning we're going to be driving through some rain, and the morning commute looks wet tomorrow too. Mainly cloudy this morning. Some rain far west now and mainly to the south. This afternoon, a few little isolated showers, but it's really this evening we're going to gear up for the potential for some heavier rain. A warmer day tomorrow and wetter too. And over the next 48-hour period, 4 different models showing that especially here tonight and even into tomorrow, this is how much rain we're looking at. I think most of us are going to come in around an inch, Rob.
We're starting the midsection, most of it staying to the south, as Tracy has been telling us. And that is just adding to the delays on the tri-state. But we're getting rid of a new crash. This is inbound on the Edens at Dundee, car in the ditch. So if anything, a little bit of a gaper's delay approaching that area. But this backup on the northbound tri-state, just miserable. The crash northbound at Southwest Highway has been cleared. All lanes are open, but we're still looking at a parking lot situation pretty much from Pulaski. It's almost down to I-57. On the brakes up to Southwest Highway. Now, Chopper 7 HD over this crash that we had mentioned to the Ryan at 95th Street. Honestly, more problems off the expressways today than on.
Okay. Very impressed. Thanks.
It is 6:22 and new this morning. An announcement from the Cubs in just a few hours.
Meantime,
In today's Tech Bites, watch out, Siri, your makers are looking to replace you.
Siri's great.
Produce it for sale yet. And those are your Tech Bites.
Have a great day. Long. Our State Street studio here.
It's
We're chilly.
sprinkling a little.
I was about to say, we're gonna read fast so we can get back inside before it rains. So the Cubs trying to win their 8th straight. They're going to take on the Padres at the friendly confines.
Yeah, but the
And not to be outdone on the south side, it was the White Sox taking on the Twins. Take a look. Another swing is moving out of the classroom and on the center stage.
Oh, good luck.
Exactly. Win some money.
Okay. And coming up for us, it was a rough weekend for cruise ships, including
A lot of cloud cover around. We have some sprinkles around too, but more in the way of general rain, especially south of the city this morning. Temperatures are going to be steady in the 50s through the day. We'll have your complete forecast coming up, Rob.
Yeah, and that new 90 extension just before St. Charles. There is lane blockage, and we're seeing those backups. Chopper 7 HD remains
right now.
All righty, let's get on over to Tracy to talk more about that rain. Hey, Trace.
Yeah, we do have a few sprinkles, as you experienced just now here in the city, but most of the rain that is falling this morning, it has been south. Now, we have a few little areas of rain starting to develop, as you can see, more west, LaGrange, out toward Downers Grove and up into Elmhurst. It's very light, more drizzly than anything. And now, as you go farther to the south, Frankfort, Burnham, over toward East Chicago, Indiana, and you are seeing some of that rain this morning, too, over across northwest Indiana. Our temperatures, most in the 50s right now. We'll have your complete forecast coming up, Terrell.
Tracy at 6:31 quarters. Diane.
It has been a very violent weekend, and we begin with the very latest crime that happened very early this morning, just blocks away from President Obama's Kenwood home. A 51-year-old man was stabbed to death this morning while standing on a back porch. I'd like to work with Chicago's new superintendent to combat this violence. Reporting live outside of police headquarters, Diane Faskew, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Diane, breaking to the restaurant.
And happening right now, extra police are patrolling a Chicago school after a threat posted on Instagram. Our Jessica D'Onofrio is live from Jones College Prep in the South Loop this morning with more information. Jess.
Judy, police are taking extra precautions. They will have more security here this morning at Jones College Prep. An Instagram post causing some serious safety concerns today. Highest priority. Now, the person in the post referred to today as the Day of the Dead, but again, police say this threat does not appear valid. They did not explain why. Reporting live in the South Loop, Jessica D'Onofrio, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Okay, Jessica, thank you. And Chicago police are working to identify a man's body pulled from Lake Michigan.
Big games or bad weather.
A Northwest Indiana family is desperate to find a man missing for 3 months. He disappeared, and there's still no information about what could have happened. The Chicago Cubs and the McCormick Foundation will announce more than $1 million in grants today. The money will go to 30 organizations. Cubs chairman Tom Ricketts and broadcaster Len Casper will be at the announcement at Wrigley Field for that one.
At Live Doppler 7 Max, the radar in motion, and you can see how rain trying to get farther to the north and east as well. So let's take a look, as a matter of fact, at where we are seeing some of that rain. Around Brookfield now, yes, out at the zoo, getting a little rain. Lombard, Downers Grove, Maywood into Hinsdale, and we do have some light showers in all of those places. If you're in Hickory Hills or Summit, you're also seeing a few light showers, but down in Manteno, it's a little bit more light, bordering on moderate. Most of us getting light rain this morning, including those of you in Lake Village, Indiana, and down into Rensselaer, too. So here we go with a look at the temperatures, and our numbers are steady in the 50s in most spots. We have a few spots in the 40s, 48 degrees right now in Evanston. It's 47 degrees in Gurnee, 54 in Plainfield, and 54 degrees now in Whiting, Indiana. So at the bus stop this morning, especially areas south, that's where we need some rain gear, a little light rain, kind of cool out there this morning, and overall it is going to be a cool day when you come home from school today. Those temperatures most likely still in the 50s. Roz?
And we are to Stevenson, even to the Dan Ryan Ford 57. It's going to be a wet ride in this morning. And this crash we had earlier on the northbound tri-state at Southwest Highway, I'm suspecting there is still something off on the shoulder to stare at, because the delay now extends all the way south to I-57. Several miles of stop-and-go traffic, and it breaks right there where we had that earlier crash. Now, we also have a lot of Wazers out there telling us that we've got some less than 10 minutes. Judy and Terrell.
Coming up on 640, Roz. Breaking news next, why a journalist is being detained in North Korea.
And Canada. Welcome back, everybody. Good morning to you. A British reporter is being expelled from North Korea. The government says Rupert Wingfield Hayes of the BBC has been disrespectful in his reporting, especially about leader Kim Jong-un. Winfield says Hayes was detained at the airport but has been released and sent home. He was forced to sign a statement after 8 hours of questioning. And Canadian fire crews may have reached a turning point battling that massive wildfire in Alberta.
It has scorched almost 400,000 acres. Tanja is following the latest now from the Alert Center. Tanja.
Terrell and Judy, the weather has cooled. There's been a little bit of rain. And to give you some perspective on the size of this wildfire, it has scorched an area nearly twice the size of New York City. Whole supplier of oil. Luckily, no deaths or injuries have been reported from the fire itself. However, 2 people did die in an accident trying to evacuate the city. Terrell and Judy.
All right, Tanja, thanks. At 6:43, a new danger involving e-cigarettes coming up next.
And take a look at this. What?
It is a miracle that a pilot is alive this morning after his small plane crashed on a roof in Southern California.
Start with a look at the radar, live Doppler 7 Max, and you can see the bulk of the rain mainly east and south of the city. Still could get a few sprinkles around here yet to go this morning. And we do have some rain kind of riding right along the Eisenhower around Maywood now, down into Hinsdale. If you're in the Bolingbrook area, even a few light showers have been there. Willowbrook also. Tinley Park, Crete, Beecher, Calumet City right now, over into Winfield, Indiana, Valparaiso, and Michigan City. So most of the rain mainly south this morning. We'll have many dry hours later this morning and this afternoon, but heavier rain is going to return later this evening and overnight. This is our updated futurecast. And once again, 9 o'clock this morning, you can see most of the rain kind of easing up, maybe a little leftover drizzle. But then as we get into the afternoon, once again, east wind, many dry hours, so still some dry air kind of fighting off the progress of the rain. And then as we get into the latter part of the afternoon, and especially the evening, that's when you see some of this rain coming into the northern suburbs. Here in the city, some sprinkles around this morning, this afternoon, some sprinkles, but this evening is when we ramp up the rain here in the city, and overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, too. Severe threat today, not really here in Chicago. Farther to the southwest, LaSalle, Livingston counties, you're under a marginal risk. So it's a very low threat that any thunderstorms you would get would be severe. 55 degrees right now at O'Hare. AccuWeather showing the wind out of the south-southeast. Good morning in Cicero, 57, where you're seeing a little bit of light rain there. Oaklawn at 57, Des Plaines now at 55 degrees, along with that temperature out at O'Hare. So here's this afternoon, once again, a few showers around this afternoon. The rain does become more widespread this evening. So if you have baseball, if you have golf league this evening, yeah, looks like it's going to be wet around here this evening. And tomorrow morning's rush hour does look fairly foggy, too. This morning, mainly cloudy, rain primarily south of the city.
Yeah, looks like it. Trace, thanks. Ross, how are we doing out there on the roads this morning?
Well, Terrell, now slow down on the expressways, and we've got 2 new crashes on the Kennedy, both on the outbound side. This one is just before Cumberland. It's reported with injuries, so we've got IDEC crews over there, and then we've got another one outbound right around Irving, just before the junction, and there is lane blockage. At least one right lane is blocked at that location, so you know that's going to elevate the travel times. Now, I sent Chopper 7 HD 25 minutes in on I-57. Nothing like a little bit of rain on a Monday.
I know,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Just enough.
Yeah.
Got it, Trace, thanks. It is 6:50. Young children.
Ozzy Osbourne and his wife Sharon may be calling it quits after 33 years of marriage.
6:51, coming up, a cruise ship in trouble coming up next.
Plus, take a look at this. Tornadoes tear across the nation.
Good Monday morning, everyone. Coming up next here on GMA, the race for the White House, Donald Trump and his presumptive GOP nominee. Our political team breaking down all the headlines this morning, all next on GMA.
School today. Jones College.
Rob him. Diane Patthew live from Chicago Police Headquarters with this very violent weekend. Diane.
Yeah, Terrell, that is just the end to the very violent weekend where 9 people were killed, 50 people were hurt, and that is since the beginning of the weekend on Friday. As you mentioned, the latest violence definitely did not work. Community activist Andrew Holmes says he would like to work with the new police superintendent to try and combat the violence here in Chicago. Reporting live outside police headquarters, Diane Patthew, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
And a British ocean liner is on the move again, even as more than 1 in 4 passengers have come down with a virus. The norovirus is running
Archer, because of the hazardous materials situation.
Ooh, okay.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got
There's
it.
a lot going on, Ross. Thanks. It is Lost Sock Memorial Day, the day we remember those socks that disappear in the laundry.
They just disappear.
Where do they go?
Yeah.
One of the great wonders of the world. Where do those socks go? GMA coming up next.
Yeah, have a great morning, everybody.